Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. We may have just witnessed the best day of games this World Cup tournament has to offer. Absolute cinema with the games that we just witnessed, as long as you're not a fan of one of those teams that got knocked out. But the story on FC26 isn't as exciting. Or is it? Because we had good content yesterday. Dare I say maybe great content until EA took it away. And that's the frustrating part because it was fun. Now we're going to talk about why EA took away that Evo and why they talked about it on Twitter yesterday and when it might be coming back. Now, there is some fun that is going on in this game, and that's making coins because these cards on the market, the Path to Glories, are going crazy. We've got to talk about how more of those cards are going up and how some of them are crashing down after World Cup games, and how we might have more fun with new packs and player picks coming out today on a typical Tuesday of content. Let's discuss, guys. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up to the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now, let's start with some of that good content, borderline great, with the return of the Gauntlet as we know it. No more of this super crazy competitive, super sweaty Gauntlet that we had 2 weeks ago. This is Festival Football Gauntlet 2, and it's back to normal. Now, it still is a little bit competitive because you either have to win a perfect round twice or you have to win 3 games in a single round 2 different times. There are 10 objectives here inside of this Festival Football Gauntlet 2, and you have to complete 8 of them, which does require you to either win 3 matches in a round of Gauntlet twice, or you have to do a perfect round once, because it's, again, 8 of the 10 that you have to complete, and scoring in 12 probably will be one of the harder ones that will end up being easier of those last 3. But still, in about 10 to maybe 12 games of Gauntlet, so we're talking 3 to 4 times through, I think most people will be able to get this done. And you got some big packs, some 90 plus times 5s, 88 by 8, 87 by 10, a very good evolution in here called Creative Outlet that does not boost the overall of the card, but gives a passing stat boost up into the mid to high 90s. We're talking 94, 95 rating there. That's a very good Evo that is twice repeatable. You got some tokens in here, and you have the group reward of the Kai Havertz, 5-star, 4-star. Not a great day to be talking about a German national team player after what happened yesterday, but fully customizable. It does have the left back position, a very unique card. Now, also, there's a Gauntlet bonus objective, which gives a few more tokens and a few more packs. This one's very easy to get done. It's kind of crazy. The bonus objective is easier to get done than the regular Gauntlet, but Gauntlet is back and it is good. It's only 4 rounds now, of course. It's not 5 like it was 2 weeks ago as well. So very, very good stuff. I will give you guys a bit of a tip as I'm starting to play the Gauntlet myself, even in the midst of finishing my Foot Champs games, because of some of the milestone objectives that are out. Make sure every single squad you build has 3 of these Festival Football Glory Hunters cards inside of it, because there's an objective that gives you the 4th playstyle boost for these Glory Hunters cards inside of Milestones, but it requires you to play with 3 of those Glory Hunter cards in your main team. Let's go to Milestones because the Chase the Glory objective is the one that I'm talking about that gives those playstyle pluses, but there was a new Milestone objective that was dropped yesterday, and this one is called Drive or Park the Bus, and it gives a very good Evo. This is one that you're going to get done without even trying, but if you put in a little bit of extra effort, you're going to be able to get it done super quick. You get one of these 2 done, and you get this group reward of an Evo. Total Glory. It's a max 94 Evo that literally just boosts up the stats of your card to 95 or 96 and gives a 5-star weak foot boost there. But take a look at some of the cards that fit into this, and also the fact that it gives you the fully customizable Glory Hunters card design. The Icon Swaps R9 from way back in March fits into this, gets a stat boost up to 94 shooting and 96 dribbling, and of course becomes customizable. So you could give him the Rapid Plus and the Low Driven Plus on top of this, taking him to 4 playstyle pluses, fill in a couple of base playstyles as well to take him to 8 base playstyles, and you have yourself an R9 that is caught up with the meta of this game. This is a very, very good Evo for so many different cards. I was thinking about using it on the Hyunmin Sun card there for my team. There's even a bit of intrigue for me. Hey, I know that Sweden are underdogs against France, but imagine you Evo this Elanga and then they end up winning today. How would that work with stat boosts and with playstyle pluses? I don't know, but that's just a fun thing to think about, evolving a PTG card. This is a very, very good Evo, and I think it's worth doing. Now, you can get it done quicker if you use the penalty only game mode to your advantage, because that Moments of Glory game mode does not count the goals scored in the penalty shootout towards this tough to beat objective. So if you win in that penalty shootout mode, it's going to count the goals that you score, like if you score 3 or more. So you'll get a tally for this objective, but you'll also get a clean sheet. 2 or 3 of my clean sheets that are showing here out of the 5 were in that mode yesterday. I played a couple games of that penalty kick only game mode Moments of Glory, and it does count for the clean sheets, but you do have to win. So you get 12 games a day in that mode. It is very, very worth playing. That is my one tip to you guys for that milestone objective. Now, let's get on with the other content and go to SBCs, where we didn't have a whole lot. We have a Kim Seung-gyu goalkeeper national pride card for the South Korean goalkeeper. It is pretty cheap to get this one done. 32,000 coins, 1 squad, 87 rated with the team of the week, team of the season, or festival football player. Very easy there. Nice goalkeeper card, maybe helping you out with the Gauntlet. And also we have the 81 5 of 10 and the 82 plus player pick. I like 1 of 5 player picks because 5 options is sick, but I'm still doing the 84 times 2 with my rare golds. And of course, all my common golds are going into the crafting upgrade. Even though I've already completed the objective, that is the best place to put those. Now, let's talk about the content that EA took away from us yesterday. And this is the bad part, the not fun part of content, because yesterday when content came out, we saw this new Evo called Flow State that had dropped here in the Evolutions tab. It was 20,000 coins, 4 times repeatable, and it gave a very nice passing and dribbling boost, but only a +1 overall to the card. And most importantly, and this is probably the reason why they took it away, it gave the Glory Hunters card design, which means you could fully customize the card with playstyle pluses beyond what was already on the card after that. And for 20,000 coins and 4 times repeatable, that's where a lot of people think this evolution was released incorrectly, according to how EA wanted it to be released, because all the other cosmetics that they have given us are either behind a good bit of a gameplay grind, like that creative outlet is in the Gauntlet rewards, or even some of these like net breakers and SBCs, so that's not gameplay, but that takes some effort. And of course, the cosmetic Evo for the Glory Hunters design is 100,000 coins. They've been giving us a lot of chances to turn our players into Glory Hunters and customize them. That's why we think it's a little bit of a surprise that they took this away, but also when you think about EA being EA, letting us take 4 cards to that design for only 20,000 coins a card almost seems like an EA thing to say, that's too good. We're going to take that away. This is the tweet that they put out an hour after content when they removed this Evo. They said earlier today, the Flow State evolution was released with an unintended reward content. So something that the Evo was giving was unintended. It has been temporarily taken down while we work on providing the correct rewards. And you see the replies right here. Rick says, you're removing the Glory Hunters card type, aren't you, SMH? That exactly seems to be what is going on here. There was a couple of other rumors that the Evo itself, when you actually went into like the little circle hub where you can apply an Evo from your squad, it was actually like removing all the requirements. This was a max 93 Evo, and it would not allow World Tour Silver Superstars. But this guy here was actually able to put his Silver R9 into it from the squad screen. And I guess a couple of other people witnessed this as well. So that could have been a problem with this Evo. But again, they said here it's giving unintended reward content. And again, the stats aren't that crazy. I mean, you're taking a card to 93 passing or 94 passing and 94 dribbling. It gives a +1 overall and a couple of base playstyles. Like, it's not that insane of an Evo. It's a good one, but not that insane. It has to be the card design, the reason that EA took it away. Like, I was planning to use it on this Pulisic to put him into Flow State, then into Creative Outlet from Objectives, then to put him into the 250k Evo, and I've got myself a pretty cracked Pulisic with 4 playstyle pluses. That is how this Evo could be used really in a positive way. Now, I will say, it's going to come back, and hopefully the stat boosts are the same. This could be really good to chain into that 250,000 coin Evo, or maybe another evolution that doesn't give much of a passing boost that you're actually wanting to boost more, like the Netbreaker Evo doesn't boost passing. You could put somebody who's 91 or 92 into this, take them to a 93, and then put them into the Netbreaker. I digress. The frustrating part with this is, once again, why did EA take it away? Like, if you messed up, EA, and you didn't want this Evo to be 20,000 coins and 4 times repeatable for us to get this customizable Glory Hunters card design, cool, okay, you messed up, but it's July. Why take it away from us and not just let us have a little bit of fun. That's why we get frustrated with EA so many times, and that's why they get a bad rap, because that would do nothing detrimental to the game right now. EA would not lose a ton of money on that Evo. Shoot, they might even make some money because it's 20,000 coins, and some people don't want to spend coins, so they might spend FC points on that. But that's the frustrating part. Like when EA make a small mistake like that really doesn't make that big of a difference in this game, instead of saying, you know what? We're going to own the mistake, guys. We're going to say, you know what? We released this Evo today and it wasn't supposed to be this way, but you know, we're going to leave it. But just so you know, this is better than it was supposed to be. We would actually gain some respect for EA in that regard, because they wouldn't just seem like the unhappy, like rule, enabling company where they're like, no, you cannot have all the fun you want to have because this was a mistake and it shouldn't have been this way. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how it feels. And I just wish that they didn't do that. That's the frustrating part with EA a lot, is when there's something that they make a mistake on, it's like they're not able to just laugh it off and say, ha, we made a mistake, enjoy it. Because people were actually able to take advantage of this yesterday. I didn't put anybody into the Evo before it went away. Some people did, and they were actually able to take advantage of this. So GG's, that's kind of how it works. If you got involved in the game when the mistake was going on, then you were able to take advantage of it. I just wish that EA's stance on this sort of thing would change. Like from a PR standpoint, from the way that we as the community view them most of the time. This is what people get frustrated with. EA just don't seem to understand where we're coming from when there are mistakes like this that happen. So anyways, that was a bit of a frustrating thing. I probably yapped about that too long. But, when you see an Evo that's gone and you liked that Evo, it's going to ruffle some feathers, and it definitely did. Now, let's talk about some upgrades to Path to Glory cards, which this is ruffling some feathers too, because we've got a lot of people that are fans of a lot of different nations probably about to hear me discuss how cards like Alphonso Davies went up big time in price, and how cards like Musiala and Dementia went down bad. We got some PTG upgrades yesterday. The first 4 Playstyle Plus upgrades for the Canadian cards Davies and, of course, Jonathan David, who both got their 4th Playstyle Pluses. Bruiser for Davies and Finesse for David. That was very, very nice. But, of course, we've got big upgrades incoming today. From the 3 games yesterday, I got a list here of all the cards getting upgraded. Vinny, Marquinhos, Paqueta are all getting either a 4th Playstyle Plus, or if they already have a 4th Playstyle Plus like Vinny does, a base playstyle added. That is the upgrade for advancing and qualifying to the round of 16. It is just a playstyle related boost. Now, Ederson, the showdown card, he's going to get a 4th Playstyle Plus and a +2 overall. That upgrade is a bit different. From Paraguay, in that crazy game against Germany, Almiron and Sanabria are going to get a 4th Playstyle Plus, but they're also going to get, since they won in penalties, 99 composure, 99 penalties, and 99 stamina. I thought that these upgrades only pertained to the actual final of the World Cup, but it doesn't look like it is. It looks like it's just for any game in the knockouts where there is a penalty shootout or extra time. There are extra stat boosts that are incoming with that. So both the Paraguayan cards today should be getting that boost, as the Moroccans will be as well, because just literally 10 minutes ago, before me recording this video, Morocco sealed it on penalties against the Netherlands. What a game. Deserved, in my opinion, for how well they played. They are also going to be getting a 4th Playstyle Plus, so the Brahim and the Mazraoui cards, 4 Playstyle Pluses now for them, and then 99 composure, penalties, and stamina. I like that little extra boost to the stats there that really is just kind of commemorating the win in that crucial crunch time. So that is pretty cool. Now, you're, of course, seeing those cards go up in price. Almiron is up. The Vinicius Jr. is up in price. I actually just picked up a Marquinhos. I sold Marquinhos that I bought previously in the hype, and I bought again when he went back down just a bit ago to like 800,000 coins, and now he's back up to 1 million. But guys, this is why we sell in the hype, man. All right? This is the downside, because Musiala, the Netherlands cards, like De Jong, they are getting absolutely deep fried cooked right now. This is why you don't risk it. Is this Musiala card going to bounce back? Probably. He's going to have some fluctuations. Like, he was all the way down at 500,000 coins flat. Now he's up to about 600K. He's probably going to drop again early today on Tuesday. There may be a window to buy this card. There may be a window to buy Florian Wirtz, and there also may be a window to buy the Dementia card right? 900,000 coins right now for the Florian Wirtz after he was 1.9 mil yesterday. But I think overall these cards will continue to drop lower in the next couple of weeks. For now, when 4-play stop pluses still can maintain some value because we don't have a ton. We're creating a lot as we get more Playstyle Plus Evos, but we don't have an absolute ton of these right now. These cards may still obtain their value a little bit. This card for me is kind of crazy. 32,000 coins for a card with those stats is nuts. Of course, not for Playstyle Pluses, but these are cards that I would not buy right away. I would continue to wait and see in the next day or so how their prices move. And then if there's one you want to buy for your team, try to time the low point. But it's going to take a number of hours before you hit the bottom on these. Like Frankie de Jong, this game ended just a little bit ago. Like I said, 10 to 15 minutes. How low is Frankie de Jong? Because he was like 2.7 mil. He's 1.5 mil, and he's probably not done dropping either. His price will probably go lower. So let there be a little bit of time for those cards to settle out before you getting involved and invested in them. But that's just a reminder, guys, to sell into the hype. I don't have any live cards for the nations that are playing today. There's already people that I think are seeing the price drops on those German and Dutch cards, and they're selling. Like, take a look at Isak. He's 1.1 mil. He was 1.3. 1.25 at least yesterday for a number of hours, and now he is down before the France-Sweden game today. In today's games, there could be some doozies here as well. We've got Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast against Norway, France, Sweden, Mexico, Ecuador. So watch those games very closely. Sell any of the PTG cards you have in the hype just to be the safest. And of course, if you have any SBC players of those nations, which let's see, we have Odegaard for Norway. I don't think we had a France SBC unless I'm forgetting somebody. So for Odegaard, there's upgrades on the line there, of course, as a lot of us love the SBC players. But guys, these PTGs in general are doing pretty good still. I mean, look at Laporte, 240,000 coins. I was talking about yesterday on the stream picking up Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz is 166K. That is up 40K from where he was yesterday. Did I just see Konza's 200? This dude was 120K yesterday. This is the sort of price rise that we knew was going to happen as the hype for the PTGs comes in for the games that are still yet to come today, tomorrow, Thursday, and into Friday. These are the cards that are still going to increase in price. Look at Emi Martinez, 220,000 coins. Look at Gvardiol, 463. So a lot of these cards just continue to rise. If there's a game that you're waiting for in the next couple of days that you've bought a PTG card for, keep listing it high. They should keep rising in the next day or two. But again, sell it into the hype. And also for some of these cards, sell it early too. I know that Nementia went up yesterday from like 210K to like 250 by the time the game started. But especially with these cards that have just kept rising and rising and rising, you're going to want to get out of them sooner rather than later just to be safer. And I'm saying like maybe sell 12 hours or a day before the game. Of course, if you do not want to risk it. If you do want to risk it, that's up to you. And there's a lot of risk involved there. But, of course, cards like Vinny, cards like Marquinhos will go up. The winners that are getting the 4 playstyle pluses and then potentially more upgrades later on, they will go up in price. So you're just holding out for the chance that happens there. Good luck if that's what you're going to do. Now, I want to talk about the market just a little bit because you see a Hincapié and a Conte on my transfer list here. EA finally downgraded the price ranges of these Glory Hunter cards that were not selling. And now they're on the market a bit and their prices have kind of leveled out. I think this is maybe a trading opportunity. I was trying to pick up one of these Hincapiés for about 170,000 coins, and I think I missed the boat. But this is a card now that people are going to be willing to go and buy an Evo because he's not minimum price of 300,000 coins anymore, and that's a 95 pace, 96 defending center back that you can put 4 playstyle pluses on. Same thing with the Conte, same thing with the Gravenberch. I think Conte was down at 150,000 coins. Oh my. And now he's up to almost 200K. So I think that these cards are going to move up a little bit in value today. Again, take a look at the Glory Hunters team on Footbin to really see how many of the cards got the price range updates yesterday. Some of them are still like down at minimum price and they're not selling, but a lot of them have gotten much, much, much cheaper now that they can actually sell on the market. Look at Reinders down at 640K as well, 630,000 coins. He's not a live card, but he's dropping. I heard as well that there was a few cards from the star performers. Like I think Dennis Undav was dropping in price yesterday after the Germany loss on penalties. But yeah, 245, and then he went down to 200. He's obviously not a live card. I know some people will probably get confused by that since we've had so many different card types during this World Cup. But, that's one thing to watch as well as we have these games. So with that being said, market in general is doing pretty good. Last thing to mention here is grades of the game cards. I mean, hey, Henry's back up to 1.5. Iniesta is up in price. Javi is doing good. Zidane's going back up a little bit. Even Cruyff, Charlton, Puskás, Cafu, like they're doing good. Of course, the Vieira, who I bought like 7 of, is still down at 200,000 coins and hasn't moved a whole lot. But most of these other cards are starting to kind of trickle back up, which is good. And I think they could continue to do so still in the next few days. Market's doing okay, except for the PTGs that lose, and those cards are getting absolutely cooked. Now let's talk about content today on Tuesday. What are we expecting? Well, as we kind of said earlier, Tuesdays are kind of like packs and player picks as the main focus of content, because of course our daily repeatable 87x5 SBC that came back last Tuesday after it was replaced by the 86x8 2 weeks ago, it is expiring again today, and I think the 86x8 would be replacing this today. If I remember correctly, I think the 86x8 was 2 squads, and that was slightly annoying. Like the 87x5, because it's only 1 squad. I hope the 86x8, if it does come back today, is just 1 squad as well. So again, that'll be just another pack similar to this that we'll be able to grind every single day, as should be the new player pick. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but the 1 of 4 93 plus UEFA winners and TOTS pick does expire today. It was 3 squads last time, 88, 89, and 90, and this is a really good one because it doesn't have TOTS cards in it anymore, just has the UEFA winners, all 96 rated 5-star cards, and just kidding, it has TOTS in it. I was thinking of the other one that has the PTGs. Hopefully, this one removes the team of the seasons today. That's what I'm hoping for. And adds in the PTG players instead. We'll just have to see if it does that or if it doesn't. But I think we should get another player pick like this today, and that should be pretty nice. Last thing to really expect would be one of our last player SBCs. We've got Metcalf, Rios, and Bolo, who have not been released yet, if I'm remembering correctly. So that's 3 SBC players for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday content before we get into week 2 of this promo. So that's something to watch for there. Evolution-wise, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't bring the Flow State EVO back until content, so I think we might be missing this EVO until content today, so just keep a close eye out for that. Maybe it'll seem like we have multiple EVOs released today if we do get another one, because that one could be coming back, so keep a close eye out for that one. And then also, I think we got to watch out for leaks, guys. I think we do need to keep an eye out for leaks pertaining to Team 2 of this promo. Last week, we had the leaks very, very early. The fact that we don't have any leaks right now is maybe a little worrisome for me. Maybe this Team 2 is not going to be as hype. Could be completely wrong in saying that, and it might actually be an absolute banger of a team, but we will just have to see. I think the leaks, if they don't come today, would be coming very, very soon. So that's honestly what we're looking forward to today on a Tuesday. A lot of gameplay grind, of course, with the Gauntlet being out there, with the rivals that we are maybe chasing for the tokens. I think the Gauntlet is probably one of the better modes to be playing at the moment, if I'm being honest. Still got to chip away at the Moments of Glory mode, too. I got to do some more games in that, of course. At the same time, getting myself some of the Park the Bus progress here, the tough to beat objective, like we mentioned earlier. Lot to do, a lot of great content once again, but again, just kind of overshadowed by EA doing something yesterday that just reminds us how frustrating EA can be sometimes with the way that they run this game and just not allowing us to have fun at their expense on occasion. Now, I was going to go open a pack really quick here, but it's taking a bit longer to get into the store than I would like. Maybe the store is down and broken as well, like it was on the promo Friday. So I guess it is, man. But hey, we'll open some packs again today on the stream. We're still trying to pack that Messi, that Neymar, at least give ourselves a chance to. So if you want to come by and hang out today on the stream, we will be there before some of the World Cup games start. And as we get into some new content today on Tuesday and as we watch the market. But that's going to be the video for me today, guys. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions. Of course, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys on the stream today. Have a great Tuesday. It's been Nate with Count. See you there. Peace out.